In this video, I'm going to be sharing you all the essential beginner tips that you need to know when editing your videos. Just to be clear, this video is not going to be about the tools, the features, and the effects that you have to use in your video, since there's already so many of those videos out there on YouTube. So instead, I'm going to be walking you through the editor mindset and what you should be thinking about when editing your first video. If you're beginning your YouTube journey or want to start learning how to edit, then this is the video for you. Just by knowing these 3 easy steps, anyone, including you, can edit a high quality video. So grab a pen and paper and just hammer that onto your fucking wall, because that's literally everything you need to know. So for the first step, even before you begin editing, you have to think about the music or audio that you want to use throughout your video. But why choose music though? Shouldn't you just hop into the editing process immediately? Well, of course not, then I wouldn't be making this video, obviously. Okay, but seriously, you're not wrong and you're not right at the same time, because choosing the right music sets the entire tone and pace of the video. So just to put everything into context, if you're making a very informative or educational video, you wouldn't want a really fast-paced and hyper-energetic type of song. It would just detract the viewers from what you're actually trying to say and serves no purpose. Ultimately, it would just make your video very disorientating and hard for your viewers to even follow what you're actually trying to say. So even before you think of what edits you should be doing, think about how you want to set the tone of your video. So here are some more examples you can leverage off of if you're a little bit more confused. Do you want to introduce music that is very fast-paced or energetic, like a car review channel trying to emphasize the coolness of a car? Or do you want the mood to be very chill and informative, like a tech review channel? Because in a fast-paced song, to keep up with the pace, you need to introduce a lot of quick edits and a lot of moving objects in your video. While if you were to use a very slow, chill, or lo-fi song, you can probably use way more chill, slower edits, and a lot more slower moving parts in the video. It just really depends on what you want to portray to your audience. So first step, pick an audio or music that just fits the pace of your video. All right, now this is the actual editing part. After you get everything done with the choice of music and what you want to do, this is the second step. Like all amazing high quality videos, you have to smartly use cool virtual effects. So why do I say you have to smartly use it? Well, you can't use all virtual effects in the same video. But what kind of virtual effects should you be making in your videos? Knowing what proper virtual effects to make in your videos is vital in making high quality animations. Exactly like music, you can't just take a random virtual effect that you saw online and want to implement it into your video. This is because if you throw in a random virtual effect, it definitely won't fit the pace, the tone, and the mood of the video that you're trying to make. For example, in your video, if you're trying to create a list of things that you want to say, then it should be just a really simple list and easy to read. You don't need really insane effects like a blur or like a zoom in, because that just doesn't add a lot to the video. It kind of detracts from their attention and you just hurt their eyes, honestly. Another great virtual effect that you should be trying to use but not too much of is the subtitles. You can see a lot on shorts today where they use a lot of subtitles to keep the viewer's attention, which is great, but overly using it on words that don't really emphasize a lot shouldn't be the main focus of the video. So in your video, if there's a really important point that you have to illustrate to your viewers, then this is when you have to use the subtitles, just like this. Pretty simple. Just don't go too overboard with it, you know, just whatever, they're just subtitles. Another great way to use visual effects is to have moving images. This helps a lot when your viewers are trying to understand what you're saying, and it keeps their eyes on the video. As you can see, my hand's moving and you're looking at it, right? But here's the one thing you have to remember when working with visual effects. They're not the main selling point of the video. The information that you're conveying in the video is the selling point. The virtual effects are meant to help elevate the meaning behind the message you're trying to portray in your video. So don't go too overboard with the virtual effects, because people just want to hear the content that you have to say in the video, you know? Don't go too overboard. However, some virtual effects like pop-up text, subtitles, moving objects, and a simple list are great ways to have some virtual effects in your video. All right, and now here's the last step you have to know, and it's the pacing of the video. Oh geez, Jason, so that's pretty damn simple since I've already mentioned it in the music and the virtual effects part, but this is a bit bigger than those two. So what do I actually mean about pacing? Well, realistically, you don't want to stick around for 20 to 40 minutes watching a YouTube video, right? You just want to get to the juicy part. All right, let's be real. At least once in your lifetime, you saw a 20 to 40 minute video just to skip to like 3/4 or even halfway just to get the information. I mean, even YouTube has a feature where you can see the most replayed parts of the videos just to help you find that location. So just a little bit more about pacing. You don't want to waste your viewers' times, and you don't want these random spikes in your videos. You want to keep your viewers engaged throughout the video. So when you're editing, think of the dead space that you can just completely cut out from the video and splice any sentences together just to make the time shorter for your viewers to watch the video. You want to make your viewers' time worthwhile and give the same amount of information and quality if you were to give a 20 to 40 minute video. So just don't waste your time, cut out all the crap, and just get straight into the juicy part, you know. That's why we all are here watching 5 to 10 YouTube videos, since we have nothing else to do in our lives. Now, these are just 3 essential beginner steps you have to know when it comes to the editing process. Just by following these 3 steps, your video will feel, look, and sound 10 times much better. This video is a lot more different than other how to edit videos because they don't really touch on the thought process, and I think that's what I normally get out of when I first started editing, because I'm not really too sure with the thought process. I didn't know pacing, I didn't know how to use virtual effects, I didn't know music was the most important part too of video. I mean, realistically, the one thing that's very similar with the other videos is that you're learning how to use a lot of the same tools, features, and effects, and that's great, but I want to learn how they think. So if you want to learn more editing and YouTube tips, why don't you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know when I upload again.